Howdy doody. It's Tuesday. We made it. I think part of my issue was my internet not working right. Anywho, we made it.
Telemetry lost.
We'll remember what? No, it wasn't anything caught in the zipper. It wasn't anything like that. Anyhow, howdy. Guess Mr. DJI done pulled a slick one on us. They released a new product today. Just what we needed. And but before we get on that, I've got a special guest around here. Let's see if he's awake yet. No, it didn't have anything to do with sunrise. But let's see if we can wake the bear. The bear, is he there? Wakey. Ladies and gentlemen, from the dead, from death doorstep, Mr. Dan Random.
I'm not back from the dead yet. I'm still dead. I'm still struggling. This is the worst part of my day right now. So
for those that don't know, this is what COVID looks like, folks.
Except this is day 5. Day 5, and I've been feeling really good most of the day. Here, my mic is clipping on here. Holy crap, it's still clipping. Hold on. There we go. I was feeling good all day, and then it just in the last half hour I started to kind of go downhill again. So it's just weird, man. You think you got it, you think you got it licked, and then it comes back.
Comes back and bites you in the ass. We'll call it.
All right. Pull it together.
We're going to call it the boomerang. Well, DJI, needed to put some out there just to cheer you up. Because DJI released a new product today. For those that don't know.
They released a new product today.
Yeah, they released a new product today. The one thing that we really needed.
Obviously, that's sarcasm.
The one thing that we really wanted. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The DJI OM4 SE.
Oh, I'm excited. Yay.
I saw this earlier this afternoon, and I'm like, you have got to be kidding me.
I'm pumping my fist. I'm telling you, these companies are hurting right now. They're worse than me. They are having a tough time. I mean, anytime you have to release 3 versions of the same thing, and you're not Apple necessarily, unless they're moderately better. So
for the DJI OM4 SE, they used an OM4 and deleted the little clippy thingy to stick on the back of your phone. It just comes with the clamp, and from the looks of things, that is actually the OM5 clamp they're delivering with it now.
Yeah, so they took like the Mini and they took the Mini 2 and then they put cheaper parts on it. They used the parts that they had left from the OM4. They put the guts of the OM5. Well, maybe not. Maybe the
No, no,
OM5.
they put the main part is still the OM4, and then they put the clamp from the OM5 and deleted the other clippy thingy,
The extension.
and there's no extension on this one.
Hmm.
There's no extension on this one.
No extension.
So it's got the tripod base again.
Huh. All right, I got to put this up there. Right there we go. Got to be able to look at you guys. As much as I don't want to look at you, I'm going to freaking make myself look at you. There we go.
So this was the breaking news of the day. DJI released a new product, and hardly anybody caught on to that fact.
Hey, eat more possum. Yellow Rose drones. I haven't seen you around in a while. 400 AGL, Mel. Third eye in the house. Yep. It's I am not going to be the entertainment committee today, I'll tell you that.
Well, that's all right. Now, the one thing that everybody did see today was this part.
Yes. Oh, yes. The good things come in threes. So I'm trying to figure out what the third thing is. And if what you just showed me is supposed to be the third thing, I guess that takes that care of that question.
From what I understand, the bottom one, the November 5th, is the Mavic 3, because that's a shot at the battery.
Yeah.
And then October 27th, that's likely the Action 2 camera.
Action 2, yeah.
That's a connector between the two modules.
Yeah.
And then this is some sort of camera gimbal again. Some Frankenstein contraption, super gimbal.
Oh, yeah. Oh man, I I wish I could just jump for joy, but guys, let me tell you, when you're under construction, and then you get COVID, I've got a basement that's full of dust. I've got this room, so that's been torn up. I took the backsplash off and took all that down behind me. All the carpet's coming out of here. I've had to move my little studio like 5 times. So getting excited about a gimbal is not going to, you want to excite me? Freaking send me 35 laborers and have it done tomorrow.
There's your gimbal.
Right. Oh, SE. That is so cool, though. I'm not buying that.
And come on, we've gone for almost 2 months now without a gimbal release.
Oh man, if you wanted a curmudgeon for a stream today, you got the right guy. I'm going to curmudgeon this stream all to hell today.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday. Ah, yes.
Yes, it is Tuesday. Christ Almighty, it's Tuesday.
I sat by this very computer working all day. And put this little studio set up, just enough to get me excited. Oh. But what
then,
are
then I've got an intro to make here.
Yes, look.
We have the Peanut in the house.
The Peanut.
The FPV version of the Instago 2.
The improvement of the Instago to the Instago 2. think I don't think they knew what they had with the
This is the
Insta.
improvement on the Instago 2 to the Instago FPV, if you want to call it that.
It's the Instago SE.
No, it's the KEDX Peanut. We haven't got to this. Okay.
Oh, it's not the
That
SE.
will be the part that I'm fixing to show you here. But for all of those that already have the Instago 2 and thought now you have to chunk that, and I mean, that thing wasn't really set up friendly for FPV use. But Instago, actually, Insta360 actually came up with a product. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let me pull that off here for now. Let's go to the old Insta360.com.
Welcome. Welcome in.
Because they've come up with this extra mount to make it more FPV friendly.
Well, they've done some really nice things with that. I think a couple of improvements. The creation of the magnetic connector, I think that is huge for the FPV. I think the more robust case. I've got a case for robustness, and my case is my broken SMO camera that still doesn't work. I don't have hours in my day to figure it out right now, so it's just sitting there inoperable after. Well, it did sustain 2 crashes, but nothing like any other camera would sustain, and has no visible damage. So we're figuring maybe a firmware update. That's what Kai suggested, that I update my firmware, maybe do a flash from the card. Huh?
Reload the firmware.
Reload it, reflash it on.
Yeah, reflash on it.
I'm gonna have my there's my cough mute. There we go. Like that? There we go. There we go. At least I could do is mute the mic.
Don't kill over while we're on air, okay?
COVID ain't no joke.
I really want to know what I've done with that email.
I was looking up. Let me see here. While you do that, I'm actually using my handy dandy Rode mic today. I should probably sound more golden today. I got a little more of a golden voice.
Yeah, well, we can always get you a job as a 800 or 900 number artist.
I was thinking about getting a job for PBS, and then you just get your voice down here. You just whisper a lot, and you talk really quiet. And you, hey Kai, how's the FPV market doing? And Kai would have to respond, well, the FPV market's doing really well, and just a minute ago I diapered 4 babies. Yeah, and I'm going down to the nursing home to see my mother. So yeah, and it's a beautiful day today, all sunny. How's your day, Kai? That's PBS right there.
Well, let's not try the PBS thing.
We would sound way more calm, and since there's so many elderly gentlemen in the audience, maybe this would calm them down, so they don't crash their drones so much. Or am I just speaking for myself right there? Anybody want to buy Mr. Croc? You're welcome to buy them. I'm going to put them up for sale. Looking for 3 to 4 inch. Going to stay in my wheelhouse. That's what she said.
I wasn't gonna go there.
Stay in
I
the 3 to
wasn't
4
gonna
inch.
go
Going to
there.
stay out of the 6 to 7 inch range. Woody, yes, I am an old man. Woody, that's okay.
Woody's in the house.
There's only calm squirrels and wavy trees in this stream.
Actually, Woody, you're not late. We got kind of early today because I had a brain fart and signed myself up for 5 o'clock instead of the 5:30 regular time.
Yep. DJI. Let me tell you about DJI. I shot a video the other day, and had my camera set for in manual for a nice sunny day. Well, it was a cloudy day. Finished an entire shoot, and all of my video was grainy. That's so wonderful. Never shoot in manual mode. Just stupid. Don't think you know more than the camera.
Well, burn your Insta SMO and the
Never. I'm still having trouble finding this gimbal of. I do not see this gimbal on my freaking thing.
and DJI.
No,
You have to go on the DJI store. They don't have it.
I got the OM5. Oh man, it's got to be just me. Osmo. Oh, there it is. New. The OM4 SE. Let's see if we can use up all our parts today.
Can I buy a valve, please?
$119. They must have felt bad for the reviewers that didn't have anything to do. All I got to tell you is not reviewing products for a while has given me tons of things to do. And they're all productive. They're all tax deductible.
No, that's really starting to tick me off here.
Yeah, I eat more possum. Let me tell you, I went and reshot that same. I mean, I got the whole thing edited and got it all done, got it rendered, and it was an absolutely brilliant video, one of my best. I always say that because I really enjoyed watching my own video. It's the ones that you enjoy actually, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is boring. Typical DJI videos are all boring. This one was fun, and nobody will watch it. But when I got done with it, I'm like looking at the video really close, and I could see all the pixels. I'm like, oh gosh. And I knew it was screwed. And I did such a nice edit on it too. Oh man. So I'm going to add my screwed up video in my edit. This is what it would have looked like if it would have actually been shot with a good with good camera settings. That's why I need this Osmo 2. I need the OM2. I need the Action 2 so bad because it's going to be dead random proof. Just set it up and shoot. which there isn't a camera that's that good yet.
Ah,
All right, Kai.
this is really starting to get
Been
difficult.
there, done that.
The thing is, I had it in my freaking email, and I can't find it in my email.
Oh boy, you got a
I've
computer
got
that's
a runner. I got an escapee.
you got a computer that's loaded with junk.
Well, I got 5 million emails to shift through and sift through, and
Sift through $117. I'm just looking at the at this nice little OM4 SE model.
117. It's 119.
$119. It does have a magnetic phone clamp. So, what is the SE about it? What the SE? That's what I'm just. Let's see here.
SE is the difference in.
Okay, here we go. This is what they said. This is what DJI is saying the difference is. Okay. DJI OM4 SE and DJI OM4 are the same in terms of gimbal appearance and functions. However, DJI OM4 SE doesn't include a magnetic ring holder. There you go. And that's the one you were saying. And the appearance of the DJI OM4 SE's magnetic phone clamp is slightly different. Oh my God. So, what they basically just said there is that there is no significant difference. None at all. No software changes, no really physical changes. It's the same thing. But you need it because you don't have it. And if you're a reviewer out there, you probably could do 20 minutes on its functions and how to do basically make the perfect video with it. But let me tell you something. There's a sucker born every minute, and I'm sitting right here.
All right, let's get back on this InstaGo business. I finally found my damn email. So, InstaGo, after CADX released the Peanut, InstaGo didn't want to, or Insta360 didn't want to be outdone. So they came up with this little nugget. The InstaGo 2 USB power mount. And it's basically a shell for your InstaGo to fit into. And then it's got a USB-C on the side that you can feed power into. Now, ask me, how do I get 5 volts into this thing now? Cue this little nugget. It's some iFlight came out with, and it's basically a BC board with a USB-C connector on it. Takes anywhere from 4S to 6S and lets out 5 volts. So the Peanut, in their wisdom, they decided to give us this little power cable with it. This thing.
Make it big. I can't see it, Kai. Make it big. Make it big.
Make it big. All right.
There you go.
We go. Making it big. So you got this little nugget, and that's supposed to fit on the back of the camera, and then you can plug that in to your flight controller, which they sent you a couple little wires with it so you can solder it to your flight controller if you have a spare 5-volt port open. If not, they sent you a little BEC board with it but they only send you one. I don't know about the rest of you, but I've got several quads that I want to use this on. So I got to thinking, well, the other part that comes with it is this little nugget. This was the
magnetic.
was the peanut. Snaps on magnetically. And guess what? It has a USB-C port on it to charge. So now we take our little booger right here, plug it in, and now all we have to do is hook it to a 4 to 6S power supply. And we have, and you see the charge light is on.
Nice.
We have power going to it, coming off the balance lead without having to solder anything.
Which is perfect for somebody like me who doesn't like to do anything freaking hard.
Well, it's not just the hard. I mean, this makes it interchangeable between different quads because now you're not limited to one BEC that they give you.
Right.
With it.
Well,
Now,
the balance lead is the most unused thing that basically every quad basically has.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to get to, and you can still turn the camera off and on, so it's not like you have to leave it powered up. So
Now, what's the lead they give you? There is an extra cable to where you can program a port on your flight controller to switch the camera on and off. Don't know that I have that much use for it.
yeah, the peanut's probably the only exciting thing out right now, as far as what I would really like, and because it's so simple, and I like the Insta software, and then of course you get the high speed 2.7K video.
Now, so this thing is the holder they give you was the peanut, and this thing is about the most useless thing I've ever seen. I don't even know I'm not saying what they were thinking. I'm wondering if they were thinking. Because you have this little offset mount down here. It does not fit into your standard GoPro base.
Why do they do that? I mean,
This is so freaking stupid. So they got a 3mm bolt going through this thing. Your standard GoPro frame is a 5mm bolt. This is not going to fit into nothing. And this part right here is too wide to fit into the standard GoPro mount. So it's pretty much worthless. Luckily, some gentleman on Thingiverse posted already this little mount right here. I can only recommend it.
those are nice. You made me a couple of those for my Insta Go.
Now, if you don't think this is going to hold it secure enough, you can always take a small cable tie and zip it around and have the cable tie hold everything in place.
And Woody was talking about photography a second ago and made the comment that any good video, after processing is always nice. It is. Anytime I do flight video, I'm always messing with the colors. But for vlogs and things, all I want is simplicity. I just want to take the video, and the Osmo Pocket 2 has been my go-to. So I'm really, and it's been almost it's been a little over a year for Osmo Pocket 2. So I'm excited for the next action. I'd never owned an Osmo Action. I almost pulled the trigger on it a bunch of times. It is really cheap. It makes no sense that I didn't, but I just have enough junk laying around. And I'm just really patient. So I'll pay twice as much, I guess, for the Action 2. Maybe 3 times as much.
So here's the whole works hooked up on the shocker.
Nice. That's a good setup. Plus, it's a nice little compact camera. It's aerodynamic. It doesn't like expose itself really large on the like the other the thing about the SMO, which is still a really good camera, assuming that it still functions for me. I'm still going to talk nice about it because it probably would be working if I wouldn't have crashed it the last 3 times that I've flown. My expectation is that it's going to crash. I mean, it's a but that's the price is pretty good for that. Isn't that the same price as we paid for the SMOs? And like
Yep.
$230.
Yep, $239.
Same price.
But this
I wish I could go back in time.
comes with 2 ND filters, 8 and 16.
Yeah, I wish I could go back in time. I would have that one before I would have the one I got.
You want to know what you can do with post editing and Instago. Chris, Sunrise Water Media, posted a video today where you typed 1X on top of an FPV quad, and it is he's done quite a bit editing that and putting different effects in it.
Yeah, he has a lot of fun.
It looks sharp. It looks sharp. And good evening, Greg, Harley FPV.
Oh man.
And oh yeah, here comes my mandatory begging for hitting the like button, if you would, please.
Mandatory begging?
Yeah.
That sounds like Saturday night.
Well, that's Saturday night at your house.
Well, I'm asking just for her to put the like button on. That's all.
But anyhow, yeah. So this little connector is actually available on Amazon. Here we go. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, I would agree, Woody. Otto is my best friend. I've had obviously with the focal depth of the the DJI action series, especially the Pocket series, especially the Pocket 2, you get a pretty nice vlogging backdrop. I'm really impressed every time I see, anything I do outside here, and I set it up on my back of my truck, and I just let that camera go in auto. I am never disappointed with the video quality. I mean, it does everything it needs to do, and that's kind of why I wish, I need similar type of camera to load up on a drone. I don't want to dink around much. I don't want to have to worry about if it being too dark or too light. That's kind of what happens. I'm either out and I'm overexposed, or I go out and I'm underexposed and I get the grainy pixelation in the evening. And the only time I've never gotten that, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm going to do one last plug for the DJI FPV drone, because that thing takes absolutely amazing video. I was always just like, holy crap, every time I took the video the video off of that quad. Some of the best motion video I've taken is from that thing, with the exception of the Air 2S, which is a better camera. So, excuse me.
Well, I just posted a link to the Thingiverse file for the mount for the Peanut.
Right.
And I guess
Brad Alston, River City. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. And check out Kai's got some great Thingiverse like links. He finds all the new stuff. It's kind of like anytime something comes out that requires a modification, or like a new camera comes out, there's always somebody that creates a file, to make a mount of some kind. And sometimes it's just tweaking somebody else's file, like Kai, like the one you were doing. I bet you all they did was just increase the size, like you're saying, a millimeter.
Yeah, the size difference between the Instago 2 and the Cadex Peanut are so minute. I think it's
Right.
like 1.5 millimeter in length, millimeter in width, and a millimeter in depth, or something like that.
Yeah, with the CAD software, how hard is that to make that adjustment? A couple of numbers.
It's not hard to make if you have the original CAD file.
Right.
STL files is a little trickier to get modified. So,
Right. You'd have to adjust the original.
but I mean, if it's already there, why
Not that I
reinvent
know
the
anything
wheel,
about.
right?
Yeah, not that I've ever done that. I've done. I've got CAD understanding.
What's your
All right, I
CAD
took a draft.
understanding?
I took a drafting class in high school, and I did really good. All right, sorry, I'm just gonna tell you. I
Yeah,
drew some of the
your
most
CAD
amazing
understanding
stuff.
is you understand that CAD runs on the computer, right?
Well, yeah, I can draw in 3 dimensions, dude. I just have to draw a lot. Okay, I don't know how many frames per second, so you can move it around.
All right. So if you wanted to, and I'm just kind of showing it here, this zip tie is actually kind of short, but you can run a zip tie around it if you're worried about the damn thing falling out
Yeah,
or
that's a good.
the
That's a good
magnetic
point.
thing on the backside falling off. All
I
right.
just like what it looks like. I know how small it is too. I just remembered. I really liked my Instago when I had finally had the right mount for it. It just was so cumbersome to operate because you had to do the weird pressing thing to get it to turn on. It just, and you never knew when it was on, and then it was you could only be on for so long, and then it overheats, of course.
Here it
It's
is
it
on the
was
Explorer.
very nice.
I might have to redo the space on the Explorer to bring that down a little more. But, so I haven't really had a chance to run out yet and shoot some video with it yet, so I can't say anything to the video quality yet. But I like the form factor of this thing. So
I just wished I could have scavenged my SMO video. I hadn't flown for probably 2 months FPV, so I went out there and just said, "All right," since the tree episode. So I went out and was just ripping my little quads around.
the
I was
tree,
like diving in.
would
I
that
was
be
just
the
doing.
one where you get stuck on top of a tree?
I was doing split S's through trees and crap, stuff that I never would do. I've been watching a lot of videos lately, and I'm like, I can do that. Why don't I ever do that? Why don't I ever flip upside down and do a split S into a tree? Everybody else does it. So I'm
Yeah,
doing that.
worked out
And,
really good.
well, it did. I was doing just fine. Actually, the time I finally
Now you get
crashed,
stuck in the tree.
no, the time I crashed, I was trying to get really low to the ground. You know how you want to just get, as you're coming out, you just want to just get really low, and I just didn't punch it enough, and it just popped off the ground, and I could have saved it, but at that point I cut the power at that point because I was at the end of my flight and I was ready to throw another battery on. And then that's when I went over to Mr. Croc. I just kept changing the camera over from one quad to the next. I flew my diatone. Well, I started out flying my 4-inch long range, and then the Flywoo, and then I put it on Mr. Croc. I'm like, all right, because I have the 5-inch props on there, and I have like no weight on this thing, and I had a 1300 6S battery, so I'm like, I'm gonna rip this thing. I'm just gonna freaking do just an absolute just balls out rip. So I went, I'm just flying like really fast. I get down low on this trail, and I'm like, oh, this is my third flight of the day. You know how you get braver and braver. So I'm ripping down. I'm like, all right, I'm getting a little bit too far away. This is a long walk. So I come up and then I split S it again. And right at the top of the split S, I'm like, all right, I'm going to switch it into angle mode because I want to, get low to the ground and I want to be more level, like, not make. So I go up, go into split S, and then I'm going to go into angle mode, and I click it, and I click the disarm button, and I crash. Yes, I did the panic disarm. I've done this. This is the second time I've done a panic disarm. It's obviously in the wrong spot. And we talked about that. And then I tried to flick it back, and that's too late. So my camera sat out there for 20 minutes, probably overheated is my guess. I think once they overheat, I think that was the problem with that camera is it just can't sit there running. It did it up in the tree, but my battery died too fast. So I don't know.
But then I need to tell myself, I guess.
What?
My little bonehead move was the mambo.
Come on, Kai. Let it out. Let's hear it.
I decided I'm going to go and use this for a while, and get a feel for this thing. The thing is, this thing is only has tracer in it. I don't have anything on tracer at this point, but I'll get there. So I needed to get a crosswire module in the back of this thing. Well, no big deal. I have a crosswire module. However, it was in the nano form factor, not in the micro. So I'm thinking, this shouldn't be too bad. Just, you can buy the case for like $5 and then take the guts out the nano, stick it in the micro, solder on that connector, and you're in business. And I'm thinking all my quads are already bound to that module anyway. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. I had to rebind every last one of my quads and update the firmware in the process. Yeah, what I thought was going to be a 5-minute job ended up being like a 2-hour job. But it's all working now. I do have it working now.
Well, then it can't be a screw up. If it's a true screw up, Kai, at the end, something's got to be broke. So I don't know if that counts. I don't know if anybody.
Not all of us can be perfectionists like you.
I own up to my mistakes and film them, usually. But in this case, my film didn't make it.
The film didn't make it, and now he needs 2 weeks to recover because of COVID.
The film's title was going to be "It's Time to Move the Disarm Switch." Or no, it's time to move the mode switch to the right-hand side of my controller.
Yeah, and
there should only be one switch that's next to the disarm switch. That's it. There shouldn't be like 4 switches there. It needs to be one. Everything else needs to be on the other side. All the operational switches should be on the opposite side of your dumb hand. Okay, this is your dumb hand. Okay. If you're right-handed, this is your dominant. This is your dominant hand. This is your dumb hand. Dumb hand stays left. If you're left-handed, you flip that around. Yes.
All right, and Third Eye is asking to explain the adapter that I have to fuse and connect it into my DJI goggles. So he's talking about this little nugget right here. As my fusion modules, this one has antennas on it, I guess To make it easier, we can take them.
All right, that's your analog setup.
Analog adapter for the DJI goggles. All right. Part one, that you're going to need to buy 2 pieces of equipment for this. Let me pull them up here real quick. My vendor of choice, by the way, is Pyrodrone.
Love Pyrodrone. Hey, Maddie's Drone World. How you doing?
Matt's in the house. Hello. So,
Matt, you need to use some kind of a Disney theme in your. You got the Maddie's Drone World. I'm thinking your logo should go like Disney somehow. Disney character. Got to use that just enough so Disney doesn't sue you or send you a cease and desist, which they'll do pretty much if you get way too close or if you get slightly close.
all right. So let's come back here. So let me turn this into the stream. You need this little aluminum case right here.
Yep.
And you will need
Kai brought me
board.
What's that?
You need this little board right here.
Yeah.
And I posted links to both of them in the chat. And then, of course, you need your fusion module and antennas and all that. But so that's the case. Here is the board. And this board actually comes with the wires that you need. And then it's literally just a matter of
connects onto the strap screw.
Taking off this little strap do-ha-ha here.
Make it big. Make it big, Kai.
We're making it big. Hold on.
Yep.
All right. You take those 2 screws out on your strap holder right here on the side. And then you put this block in, opening to the top. Same 2 screws to fasten it back down. And then you have your other part right here that has this little extrusion on the back. And it slides right into the slot. And actually, when you buy it, it comes with a little screw that holds the 2 pieces together. I don't use it. No, okay, I had it upside down. There we go. Now, you see a little screw hole right there. There is an extra screw they gave you with it if you want to permanently mount it, but I don't want to permanently mount it. It holds pretty fair. There's not a lot of slop in that connection. And then you got these 2 wires. This one is your power lead. It goes in to the power plug on the goggles. Then you've got the other lead that has your AV signal. That goes into the AV port. Like that. And then you reroute your power supply wire into the top. And there you go. Power going in, power going out. Now, on the front of this is a little switch that's an on-off switch, which is actually kind of cool because now you can turn everything on and off. And you just use whatever antennas of your choice, module of your choice. I use the TBS Fusion because I'm into the TBS ecosystem. And then just set your goggles on the AVN channel and you're all set. Not much to it.
Save you $400 and buying a whole new set of goggles. $500, $600. If you're gonna buy good ones, huh?
So,
How much does all that little puppy cost? All those together?
what do you mean?
Yes.
What does what cost?
What would you be into it? Okay, say you were running
Well, it's
some,
13
some
bucks for that
crossfire.
board. I think it's 16 for the case, so that's 30 bucks. Keeping the numbers simple. And then you got your fusion module. That's 120 bucks. I mean, you can use other modules.
Right,
So,
you could use crossfire.
no, why would you use a crossfire? Crossfire is a radio link.
No,
This
I
is
mean,
for
you could
video.
use. Yeah, you can be. Yeah, you can use your. Can you use a?
You can use a Foxeer module. You can use what's the cheap one that Eoshine makes these days? There's a True D.
Right.
There's the Achilles module. You can even run this thing if you want to run on the big boys. So, I mean, there's different ways to skin this cat.
Hey, how many of you guys got snow today? Sound off. It's time for everybody that got snow today to sound off. Because it's time.
So,
We got snow in our mountains.
well, you got any more questions about it? See me on Saturday. I hope you can make it on Saturday. You usually one that always makes it. You can even take it out for a spin if you want to.
Joe Blaylock's in the house. How you doing, Joe?
And howdy, Joe. Yep. Yo, Joe.
No snow and
No snow in Austin. Shocking.
no, that's Ben says
Hey,
there's no.
Betsy. Yeah, this Saturday at Hidden Valley at 5 p.m. I only put it on the Facebook group last night. I'm trying to find where that sweet spot is from creating an event and people done forgot about it. Because if I put it out too early, it seems like people keep forgetting. 33 degrees this morning, no snow, just raining.
I took a walk in shorts and 45 degrees.
Yeah, they turned the thermometer dropped to 45 degrees here. We'll just shut down the whole damn state and say we'll try that again tomorrow. Is this weekend time change? No, I believe it's the weekend of.
In November or something.
Actually, I think it's on the 31st.
I thought they didn't change time until November.
Time change fall 21. November 7th. November 7th. Oh, we got different information here. Some say it's October 31st and some say it's November 7th.
I heard it was November 7th. That's the date I've got in my head. I wish I lived in Arizona where it doesn't matter. Because it says time changes the weekend of spin up. How about 0 degrees in the UK? Freezing water.
November. So.
Yeah, Woody, there's a lot of places are getting in the 30s, which is in the Fahrenheit scale, getting to that freezing mark or below freezing. So our mountains got quite a fair share of snow. This is early fall snow, but we went from 100 degrees to snow in basically a week.
Yeah, Ben, thanks for pointing it out. Brad, I got you on the moderator team now. You've been wrenched, Brad.
I call bloody cold. It is bloody cold. I call it the best flying season is coming up, but let's hope that DJI and Autel give us something to fly, and we actually get shipments of things. So,
We got stuff to fly.
well, I'm just
Plenty of
talking
stuff
about
to fly.
I'm talking about the GPS thing. Obviously, if you're flying FPV, you're going to get parts, and you're going to keep building, and they seem to be able to get around a lot of the issues by being creative.
Well, I don't know about your jeans turning blue there, Brett, but we'll run with it.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, Mavic 3, Evolve 2, Autel Evo, not Autel Evo, Autel, what's it, Evo Light Plus, Nano Plus.
Yeah, we'll see what actually ships. I can
Let's see
see
what actually arrives.
it's one thing to launch a product then that product, if that thing's going to launch within the next 30 days, then it needs to be in the country already. If it's not, it can't, well, they can launch the product, but we're not going to have any stock. The only people getting stock are rich companies, and I could figure DJI will do this, where they can charter an airplane and they can move stock around and stomach the expense of the charter. That's kind of what's going on. Anybody that wants all the inexpensive drones that are going by the slow boat are not, so it just depends.
Okay, Paul's going to bed because he's got to go to work in the morning. So he's back to riding the COVID train. Paul, you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. We'll
The
catch
COVID filled train. Yep. Hey, Woody, stay out of it, man. There's no
and
amount. There's no amount of vaccine that's going to take that. That's going to. I guess that's going to take the place of the five days of freaking cold that you're going to have, or the week, the 2 weeks of.
Ben T got himself one of these things too.
All right.
So Ben, you need to invest in one of those things. Make your life much easier.
And did you post a link for that, Kai, up on the?
I'll post it, and I'll post the links for that in the chat.
All right.
I need
Maybe
to
post it again at the end.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to add
Put it
those,
in the description.
put them in the description.
Especially that part. That's the most useful piece that's coming out of that.
They're available in different places, but Amazon has them for the fastest at fair money. So
I already have one of those things, Kai. No, we're still gonna post it anyway. So Ben, you're gonna have to look at it.
all right, what's this thing called?
A launch without product, vaporware. That's Joe. Like I said, the longer that this goes, the slower that you know, they move. Um, I guess the easier it is for me to sit tight. Anybody here going to buy a Mavic 3? Give Kai a thumbs up if you're going to do a Mavic 3. Stick it in the comment. I'm just curious how many of you guys are going to buy that thing, or some version of it. I'm I've pretty much saved myself for the hottest chick, so I'm going to put my thumb up right now. Um, right now, I'm just trying to decide how deep I want to go in. Brad, oh, you can put your thumb down. That's good. Hey, if you want to put thumbs down for if you're not going to go there, it's the price is very high. And we're paying for the basically most expensive product that DJI's put out that at the prosumer level. It's they've. I guess you could.
I hate to say it, Paul, but the Mini 3 is off the table at this point. We have not heard about the Mini 3 anything yet.
The only thing they can do with the Mini 3 is they can do an Autel version of it, like throw some sensors on it. But it's so light. I know how when you get into the 250 gram like weight class, you really limit the direction of that product. So it's already so light. If you hold a Mini 2 in your hands, you're already going. You can't put anything else in here. How are you going to expand its usability? I can see by, obviously having tracking would be nice, which they could probably already do.
Well, Ben T, if the current pricing is correct, then 2K will not cover the Mavic 3. Well, it'll only cover the basic model. The Fly More is over.
Well, to me, hey Ben, the way I look at it, if they're going to sell you a drone with a almost 50-minute battery, almost a 40-minute plus battery, if that's what it's going to be, then why do you need 3 batteries? I mean, that's a long damn flight. You can fly twice with the same battery. That's the way I look at it. I had with the Autel Evo, I was always thinking about buying the second battery with the Evo 2. And
Well,
I mean, I would just use
the part that I don't understand is this freaking telezoom thing being a digital zoom and not an optical. The Mavic 3 has 2 lenses on it, the 4/3 sensor for the regular, and then there's a 1/2-inch sensor for the zoom, and that's a digital zoom. So,
hey Maddie, I'm hoping that $1,600 covers the deal because, oh man, they want $2,000 so bad. My guess it's going to be in the the 1,499. That was the entry point of the Autel. I really don't like the new Autel controller. I like the old one. I like the little screen in it. So I don't know. And the DJI controller is already kind of a done deal.
Hold on. We have a long lost soul back amongst us.
BC Smith.
BC.
Hey, how are you doing? I might have to stay in the stream for a little bit longer. Grandpa Random is starting to get tired. I got heartburn really bad right now.
Oh, wow. Well, we got royalty among us now.
Ready, set, drone.
From Ready, Set, Drone. Howdy.
Good to see Kelly in the house. But yeah, BC is good to hear that you're alive and kicking around. But Kai, I'm going to have to excuse myself. So,
You need to excuse yourself.
yep, I need to go.
All righty. Well, I think we're about through for the day anyhow.
Yeah, I don't. I told you when the stream started, I started to feel kind of hot, and now I've got some little bit of chest stuff going on right now. A little bit of
Well,
who
no,
knows.
don't do all that shit. No, go excuse yourself. Go get to feeling better. You know, the holidays are up on us, so
Guys, make sure. I don't know. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say make sure you're vaxxed, but because all people do is get pissed at you. All I'm gonna say is it could have been a lot worse for me.
yeah, but it's
I
not much
didn't
of a
die.
vaccination if you still can get it.
Yeah, I am so glad that I mean I got it. I'm right at the end of my vaccine. I was one of the first groups to be vaxxed because I was a teacher. Um, so I'm about 8 months into my second shot. So I'm at the very end
Now, I
of my
think you misunderstood. There's
what?
vaxing was a V, and then there's waxing was a
A
W.
waxing.
Okay? We're talking about the V version.
Ah, all righty.
All
I'm
right,
going.
you get to feeling better.
Oh, time. I need time. I need days.
Kelly, that's just too much information right there.
He's 100% waxed.
He's 100% waxed. Now
Uh,
all he needs a little polish. Oh, for the dome.
all right.
All right. Well, you have a good night. Get to
Hey, you
feeling
too,
better.
Kai. Everybody else?
Thanks for
Yep.
stopping by,
Thank
and
you.
we'll see you next time. Bye. All right, and there he went. Hopefully he'll recover. Kelly, you should consider lasering instead. Oh well, now here goes the stream to pot. Yeah, get the dome polish, not the knob polish. Okay, there's a difference. And now we're going to go laser stuff. All right. Yeah, Brett, I think you got a good idea. It's time to say good night. So, and third eye got the goggles. So that's a good thing. Anywho, yeah, I don't have much more to report tonight. Again, we got is a new gimbal. There we go. We're going to add it back to the stream. If you were in need of a gimbal, well, Ben, you've been missing out on the fun as of late. But yeah, I need to get with you too. So I hope I get to see you on Saturday. I know you said you got called, but hopefully you'll make it. I don't know. I know Chris said he's going to be there. There's a couple guys from San Antonio coming. Anybody else wants to join us? It's on Saturday the 16th at 5 p.m. for the monthly meetup. Kelly, you have a good night. Everybody else, thank you all for coming. Spend time with us. If you can, hit that like button on the way out, please. I appreciate it. And third eye, I hope you're gonna make it on Saturday because I got a little project for you to fly. Give you a little confidence. Do a live stream at the flight meetup? Yeah, not out there. Signal ain't that great out there. I know that for a fact. What happens at the meetup stays at the meetup. Unless you, Chris, and kick my controller around, then we're going to have to put it out on for public consumption. So anyway, y'all have a good night. I'll see you next week. Back at regular time at 5:30. And until then, y'all have a good night. Thank y'all, and we'll shall see you all later.